we are going to look at my death. My Kinetic Blaster's death, because it's interesting and I learned something. It's something that I would not have learned unless it happened. That's not it. Come on. And window capture. There we go. Alright. Move to the bottom. Now, what I was doing in this map is I was testing an elemental reflect map. Originally, I started this with, I tried it with Power Siphon, and then I switched to Kinetic Blast because I want to make sure, I just wanted to see what LA Reflect would do to me, and it really didn't affect a whole lot. You know, I take little bits of damage, but so I felt pretty safe. But I'm running GMP Pierce Kinetic Blast, so I'm hitting, you know, a whole bunch of times real quickly, but things are dying, right? Things die in one hit. That hit reflects back, goes through resistances. It's not that much. So I felt like elemental reflect wasn't a problem, and then I approached the boss room. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is Dry Peninsula. We have pack size elemental reflect. And the boss does allies cannot die. So let's see what happens here. Boom. One shot myself. It staggered down, but it was one attack. Let's look at that again real quick. Oh my god. This stuff is terrible. I don't know where it was. Okay. So this is right outside the boss room. You know, I'm fine killing stuff with elemental reflect. Just, you know, I'm taking a little damage here and there. Walk into the boss room, attack once, and I die. So here's what happened, guys. I'm running GMP Kinetic Blast with Pierce. So as I attack, my 5 projectiles hit, explode. Those explosions hit everything. It pierces, hits another set of adds, explode. Those explosions overlap and hit everything, and it continues on. And because they don't die, I take more and more damage from reflecting. Normally, if this wasn't allies can't die, these first mobs would have died and wouldn't have reflected the damage from like the pierced explosions hitting. I didn't even think of this until I died, and the second I died, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. I'm not really mad about this death because it's my fault, and I learned something. Like, this is an interaction that I just did not think of. Like, and you see my reaction, I just, I start laughing because it's actually hilarious. I think it's funny that this is something I would have never thought of with regards to how I could die on this character. Elemental Reflect's really dangerous, despite the fact that I'm a Fizz Kinetic Blaster, because I do a lot of elemental damage, and I do it very, very, very frequently. I hit tons and tons of times. So if its allies can't die, and I don't kill that thing that's keeping them alive, I'm gonna continuously reflect onto myself. I just want this VOD's muted, so I wanted to kind of talk through how I died, why I died. I ripped a 222 DPS wand, a 6-link that I had just linked up, stuff like that, and it was 100% my fault. I still have that gear. I still enjoy playing that character, I think, on standard, but he's in standard now. But it makes a whole lot of sense. You'll notice me ignoring someone trying to buy like my Pyre ring or something like that. But the fact that I know what I died to, mechanically it makes sense, but I didn't know it, means that I'm perfectly okay with that death. It's not a bullshit death, it's just like a weird mechanical thing. Maybe it shouldn't work like that because they have 0 health. So am I really doing damage to them? I don't know, but it doesn't matter. It does work like that, and it killed me. So that's my death review for my 1 month hardcore kinetic blaster. I still had a ton of fun on that character. I was level 80, and I still had a whole bunch of potential to unlock. So we might level that character more on standard, or respec something to it later to use that one. But that's that. So now on the 1 month hardcore, I'll be leveling a poison arrow trapper, just to have some fun before beta. Hopefully we'll get some early beta access going, but I'm not really sure about that. So, peace.